Hola, chicos. Buenos dias. I wanted to chat with you today a little bit about your final assessment, your final test, which is an escritura or writing about una fiesta. You're going to write in detail about a party or celebration from your past utilizing both the preterite and imperfect verb tenses. You can base this description off of an actual party from your past, or you can completely make it up. It can be believable and realistic or unbelievable and ridiculous. That's completely up to you, but it must be appropriate. So, students in the past have been really creative with these, and they've been really fun to read. You will need to write this out on a piece of paper, and your writing must be legible or readable. If I can't read it, then I can't grade it. Do not type this on a Google Doc or Word document, okay? And you must be sure to include accents and correct punctuation. So, like the inverted or upside down question mark before questions, and same for exclamation point before sentences that end with an exclamation. With your accents, remember it's really important, especially with the preterite tense, to make sure the accents are in the right place. Otherwise, it could mean a completely different verb form. All right, big note about translators and plagiarism. You may not use any type of online translator. That includes putting phrases into an online dictionary with a translator function like SpanishDict.com has. You may not receive any outside help from a classmate, a friend, a family member, etc. on this assessment. It must be your own work. Any use of a translator or outside help will result in a 0, even if it's on just 1 or 2 words, with no opportunity to redo the assignment, as this is an assessment and it is the final one of the trimester. Please, please, please make smart decisions. If you are unsure if you should do something, 1, you probably shouldn't do it, but 2, go ahead and ask me. Send me a remind message, a Canvas message, and ask if you can do it. The resources that are allowed is you may use all of your notes and your vocab list. You may also look up 3 to 5 words as long as they are not verbs and they must be highlighted. So what is not a verb? An adjective, a noun, a person, place, or thing. Okay, let's say you want to talk about a turtle and you don't know the word for turtle. You can look up turtle. Or you want to talk about a barber shop and you don't know the word for barber shop, so you want to look that up. Totally fine. But you cannot look up I went, or we met, or she cried. Okay? That is unacceptable. You have to use verbs that you already know. And you have to highlight any of those 3 to 5 words you look up. Be sure to ask me if you are in doubt and not sure. Okay? Required questions. You must answer these questions in a natural way throughout your writing. So obviously you can't do a list, right? This is a writing. This is an essay. It's a story. And so it needs to be natural. Note, there is a mixture of both preterite and imperfect questions here, and you have to be answering if it's in preterite, and if it's imperfect, imperfect. So for example, ¿cuántos años tenías? Right? How old were you when the party happened? Yo tenía 5 años en mi fiesta. Okay? Next one, ¿dónde celebraste? ¿A qué hora empezó y a qué hora terminó la fiesta? ¿Cómo era la fiesta? Now you got to think about what tense is this, preterite or imperfect, and what verb is being used here. ¿Quién vino a la fiesta? ¿Cómo estaban las personas? ¿Qué trajeron los invitados? Comida, regalos, bebidas, etc. ¿Qué hicieron todos durante la fiesta? Todos referring to everyone. And ¿qué comieron ustedes? All right, so required grammar and vocab. You must use at least 4 irregular preterite verbs. And there's a list there of examples. Remember, this can be your 5 crazies, ser, ir, dar, ver, hacer. It can be 10 irregular stems, cargar, zar verbs, Y changers, J changers, IR stem changers, anything that's irregular in the preterite. And then 4 regular preterite verbs, just regular AR and ER, IR ending verbs. At least 8 verbs in the imperfect tense, and you have to include at least one of the irregulars, ver, ir, or ser. Different subjects for the verbs, right? So you cannot do this all in the yo form or all in the nosotros form. You have to include ella, ellos, ustedes, etc. And then you need 8 vocab words from the Unit 9 vocab list that are not verbs. So you can include Unit 9 verbs in there, but you also need 8 vocab words. That should be pretty easy because that focuses on fiestas. All right, here's your rubric. How will you be evaluated? Organization, up to 5 points. To get the full credit, it needs to be well organized, have a logical and coherent sequence. Things go in order. All directions are accurately followed. I would go up to this directions thing and use this as a checklist. Check off, did I answer that question? Did I include the required grammar and vocab? Also, all required elements are included. All right, vocab, worth up to 5 points. Again, to get an excellent, all 5 points, you use the required vocab accurately and creatively. You incorporate a variety of old vocab. So for vocab, think about making your sentences interesting, right? Can I add anything to my sentence to make it a little bit longer, more specific, more interesting? So instead of just yo hablé con mis amigos, I talked with my friends, yo hablé con mis amigos en la piscina después de comer el pastel. I talked with my friends in the pool after eating cake. See how that's a more interesting sentence that includes more vocab. All right, and then your last section is your accuracy of what you wrote and your grammar. That is ×2, so this is worth 10 points. To get an excellent in this category, you need to be able to put in different grammatical structures. So maybe you could use a tener plus que plus infinitive. Yo tuve que nadar en la piscina con mis amigos. I had to swim with my friends in the pool, etc. No errors. Make sure that you've got all of your irregular verbs used correctly. Make sure your subjects and verbs agree. Make sure they match. Make sure you have all your accents in there, okay? And then make sure that you're including the correct number of preterite and imperfect verbs in there. Make sure that you're thinking about the rules. Did I use this in the preterite tense correctly, or did I use that in the imperfect tense correctly? Okay, all of this is worth 20 puntos, 20 points. Okay, this is your last assessment, your last chance to kind of boost your grade and demonstrate that you know and understand this final concept of preterite versus imperfect, which, guys, is a really, really important concept in Spanish, and something that if you're going on to level 3, you will really need to understand. Okay? Buena suerte. Good luck. If you have any questions, please, please, please reach out to me and ask. Okay? Adios.